Don't tell me. There we go. Oh, wait. What is that? Nope, that's not right. No, keep recording. Just send me all the audio. I'll fix it. People are just seeing old stuff in Discord right now. Uh, please stand by for video. We will some technical difficulties on our end, but we should have it up here in a second.
Tech support.
Can they hear?
I get that reference. There we go. Ryan and Josh are up.
Yay!
Am I still the silent partner?
What's the rest of your shirt say? Empathy is cool. What?
Empathy is cool, actually. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I love
like
this shirt.
that shirt.
Yeah,
like
this is
that
one of my favorites. Was tech support from Dinosaur Office?
Oh no, I was referencing what we're gonna be talking about today.
Oh, okay.
Devin, did you watch the right movie? Because now I'm concerned.
Again, haven't
Dinosaur
slept in,
Office?
guys. Yeah, have you not seen Dinosaur Office?
I don't know what that is either.
Me neither. I'm
listen,
lost.
Yeah.
Is it
It was one of
the
those
British thing?
No, it was an early 2000s internet video that was hilarious at the time, but it's probably super cringe if you watch it now. Like that, oh my god, shoes video that everyone for some reason
That
loves.
is not cringe. That is generational cultural heritage. Shut up.
I will fight
Alright.
you. It is cringe and was
It
back
is.
then too.
Yeah.
You just
Don't make
press
me
a
pull out the
button there.
muffin video.
All right. We've got a lot of show to talk about, so let's
Do it.
stop
Do
the
it.
fighting on the internet and talk about some fun stuff on the internet. Because the internet is not for fighting; it's for me and Josh to brag about New York Comic Con.
I can't wait to hear all about it. I was gonna ask because I want to know.
Yeah. Let's just get into it. Hey, everybody. Welcome to You Have to Watch This podcast. I'm Alan.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Devin.
And joining us this week from my other podcast, Brilliant But Lazy, is Josh Howell.
What's up? Thanks for having me back. Always a pleasure.
Thanks for joining us. I feel like I just podcasted with you, but that's because we did. We recorded 2 podcasts over the weekend in your hotel lobby, which was an experience that I'm really curious to see how they turn out because I have not played them back yet.
Yeah, me too.
So
We started it at a good time, and then you could just tell when the con got out because we left a little early, which was fine. And then just the people started coming in because our hotel was literally half a block from the building. So I imagine 90% of the rooms were Comic-Con folks, and
yeah,
you get the lobby. We were still off to a corner, but it went from quiet to people are here now. So yeah, it was all right.
Your hotel was impressive because I could walk out of your hotel lobby and turn to the left and just see the Javits Center, which
And
would.
you could read the New York Comic-Con signs within the Javits Center. That's how close we were. The actual room wasn't that impressive, and local construction forced us to lose water twice in 1 week. But otherwise, it was cheap and within walking distance.
Yeah.
So that's good by me.
Oh, that sounds incredible.
Meanwhile, I was taking the subway 45 minutes to Brooklyn, which was a fun experience all of itself, which made me feel like a New Yorker. I was told by my friend I was staying with that I was a better New Yorker than some people he knows who live in New York because I was able to get to the subway and to his place in Brooklyn better than people that he knows that live there. So,
well, that's what Google Maps is for.
Yeah, so usually at the top of the show, we talk about things that we watched in pop culture. This week's going to be a little bit different because Josh and I did a lot in New York over the last weekend that I think Devin and Ryan are very curious to hear about. So we're going to go over a few things that we did because we were in town for New York Comic Con, and we'll talk about Comic Con here at the end of we watched this topic. But I want to start off with last Wednesday. Josh and I were able to secure tickets to The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
You lucky devils. My goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think I told you guys where we were sitting for Colbert, did I?
No, all I saw was a picture of feet and then your tickets. That's all I know.
Okay. We were in the second row, right in front of Colbert for the monologue.
I mean, like maybe 8 feet, maybe.
So he was like monologuing to you.
Yes.
It was insane. It was and we got there perfect. Like what was it? What your ticket said? Final check-in at 4:00.
Yes.
And we were like we set up the booth as much as we could. We went out and we got some food, and we even got some food at a place where the wait staff was clearly understaffed, and it took forever. And then we were like, let's just go there. It was like 1:30 maybe. Let's just go there and see if we need to get in line now or not. And we did, and we stayed in line till 4:00 when we got in, 4:30ish. So it was a lot of standing, but that resulted in us being like, they left the front row open for VIPs, but we had the perfect seats. It was insane how close we were.
So if you watch the episode from last Wednesday with John Fetterman and Melissa Villaseñor, when Colbert walks out for his monologue, you can see us right in front of him for like a split second. And then they also did a segment called Hispanic or Latino. When they cut to the audience, you can see us in that shot too. I meant to pull images from that.
So fun.
But
it was a really good. And you couldn't take out your phone inside the theater. As soon as you stepped through the doors, they were very vigilant. Like you couldn't, we were still sitting there for a while. You couldn't text or you couldn't take pictures. And I couldn't believe how big the stage really was. Like what you see on, screen compared to the vastness of the actual stage and the multi-levels and the lights. And it was impressive. It was really cool.
Devin, you would have been so mad because he has Aragorn's sword.
Does he really?
Lots of nerd stuff.
Right next to Captain America's shield. Like,
oh gosh,
it's a beautiful
ever
theater.
Part of the show, or does he just like have that?
He just has
Sometimes he does little segments in that little area. Sometimes, but not often. So I always thought that was just like a set that they roll out of a closet every once in a while. But no, it's like a permanent structure on the set. So. Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. I'm so happy for you guys.
Yeah.
The best part was just behind the scenes stuff, like he'd do the monologue and he would flub a word and he would laugh to himself and be like, "Stop, I'm sorry, we got to start over. We got to start that over. Please laugh at the joke a second time." Or he would finish the monologue and then there'd be a break and then the stage manager would be like, "Hey, the graphics were wrong on this, or we need you to say this line another way." And so he'd come out and he'd redo it. And I love the behind the scenes stuff. I just thought that was really cool to see,
Yeah, he did mess up a few times. It was from a production standpoint, it was nice to see how they go about doing that. Cause he went through the monologue the whole way through and then talks to his producer and like, okay, we have to do some of that again. Cause I messed up more than I thought. So that was interesting. Like the cool tidbit from the episode was Senator John Fetterman, who's infamous for not wearing a suit and tie anywhere. He gave Colbert one of his sweatshirts to wear, and so Colbert put it on, which was fun.
Oh wow!
But yeah, it was an amazing experience.
It was.
So
thank you again for giving me tickets to that.
Hey, no problem. Yeah, no, it was fantastic and a great way to start off a trip in New York. Josh, you saw something to end your trip in New York. What did you end up seeing after I left town on Sunday?
Yeah, because you left town, you and the wife went back, and I was like, well, I'm a little lonely. I could go to bed early. I could sulk at a bar, or I could get on a bike and ride down to Times Square and see if there's any shows. And it was a Sunday, so there weren't a lot of shows. A lot of bigger productions don't do evening shows. Like, part of me wanted to see Harry Potter, but they only had a matinee. So I got down there. They have a behind the stairs in Times Square is the TKTS stand, and usually if you get there like an hour before curtain or before showtime, they have remaining seats for 40-50% off. And I looked, and they had the Book of Mormon, and I've always wanted to see it. I'm a huge South Park fan, And I got tickets for like, I mean, they were like $162. I got them for like 70, and
Oh man.
they were perfect seats, middle, mezzanine, balcony, just perfect seats. And it was great. I mean, I was there alone, but like I met the people next to me, and I was just cracking up. And I have always seen the opening number, you know, because it's been at the Tonys and other things, but I've never known what the rest is about. And
Oh no.
I just did not realize where it was going, and I was thoroughly entertained. That was an amazing play. I loved it so much.
Nice.
You have hit on one of my personal favorites. I love Book of Mormon so much. I have to like, what was your favorite part? Like, I have to ask.
Oh gosh, I mean, the I even looked him up, and I'm following him now on Instagram. The guy that plays Elder Cunningham was just perfect. The guy that we watched, apparently he's been playing this same character for like 10 years. And
Wow.
you know, the structure of the play you think is going to be around Elder Price, the main character, but I was more interested in Cunningham, and just the way it kind of reminded me of another character that we'll talk about from what we saw on Thursday, and how he did his character. This actor did it that way as well, and it was just you know, there's you could tell, like, okay, this was in the script, this was something with so much of what was going on. And yeah, I just thought it was really good. His last name's Strand. I can't remember his full name, but the actor was
Incredible.
fantastic.
Wow.
So
What a good call. I was so surprised. I'm happy you got to see that, and I'm happy like we got to talk about it.
I
Me
love
too. It was a hell of a way to end the weekend.
I love that
Yeah.
Book of Mormon is like the one show that's going on a Sunday night. Like the irony of that is just fantastic to me.
No,
It makes sense.
of course.
Um,
Of course.
so yeah, we saw another show, and I want to play a game with Devin because Ryan knows, because I told Ryan this was coming. Devin, what show do you think Josh and I saw on Thursday night?
Is it on or off Broadway?
On.
On. Okay, so it's not Little Shop. You guys saw. It's not Aladdin. That's still going on. I think Beetlejuice ended its run. You guys saw. Oh mother, Spam. You guys saw Spam-A-Lot, didn't you?
No.
Nope.
No.
Oh, what'd you see?
We saw Back to the Future, the musical.
What did you think? Tell me all
So
about it.
we went to the TKTS booth with 3 shows in mind. It was We were either going to see Harry Potter, The Shark is Broken, which is like a play about the making of Jaws, or Back to the Future. And Josh said to the person at the booth, like, whatever has the best seats, we'll take those. And it ended up being Back to the Future, center mezzanine, fantastic seats. Like, I will send you the pictures of the seats that we had. But we got to see Back to the Future.
Insanely good seats.
Did you see Roger Bart? Was he playing Doc Brown?
Roger.
Oh my God! Thank God we did. He was
So
the best
good.
He stole the show. I love that everyone else in the show is doing impressions of either Michael J. Fox or Crispin Glover, and he's like, "No, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to make Doc Brown my own."
He really did.
It was
and it
phenomenal.
Worked, and it worked. It didn't feel out of place. It felt
No.
like the longer
right
it went
in.
on, you're like, give me more. You know, like give me more of this.
How did you feel about the guy that played the dad, though? Because he's one of the few cast members they took from the London production. He's who I saw.
He was.
Yeah.
I liked him. Like, he did a great George McFly impression, almost to the point where I was like, "Oh boy, this." Like, it gave me PTSD to when I met Crispin Glover, and not in a good way. But no, it was a fantastic performance as well. Like, he was really good.
Like, I just looked him up. His name is Hugh Coles, and without the comb over and the glasses and he looks nothing like him, but the resemblance and the mannerisms were, and he had George down to a T, and I thought we were lucky to see the cast that we did, because I looked it up later, and I saw like the trailer for the original Broadway cast, and Casey Likes was not Marty McFly, and I thought, that the other one looked older and didn't really have as much of a Michael J. Fox impression, and Casey did an amazing job, but Roger Bart was just holy shit.
He's
It was
so good.
He was so great, man. He was all his mannerisms. Again, there felt like there was a little like ad-lib or just playing with the laughs a bit when they would just like talk over each other and back and forth. And I told Alan that I was not really excited to see it because I loved the movie,
Yeah.
But when I think of, hey, let's take that fun movie and make songs out of it, I wasn't really like looking forward to it. And even after the first number, I'm like, this is kind of what I expected. It's a movie, but it has songs. But by the time the second song went along and we got introduced to Doc Brown, I'm like, I am here for this.
Here it is.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
big win.
Like, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but what they do with Doc Brown's musical numbers is probably one of my favorite gags that I've ever seen on stage.
Yes.
But
Was it the start of the second act?
I like that. Well, that's part. They do the
musicals.
most of his musical numbers have it. Like all of his fun numbers, like not for the Dreamers,
Just
the stuff that they do where he's like, just go with it. Yeah.
Suddenly come up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, and again, we got him for an amazing price. It was like ridiculous the price we got for the seats we got. I was expecting nosebleeds or like off to the side or kind of next to a pillar, but to be square on.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
Especially with how the show incorporates like the theater itself, like with the special effects. Like we were dead center for the stuff that they do with the lights and the pyrotechnics,
the end,
and the DeLorean. Like, oh man,
the idea that people probably reserved seats that were worse than us a month ago, and we literally got ours. Like, I mean, we rushed to get pizza before we went to the show, so like 45 minutes before, and we still got prime seating. Is insane, but hell of a night.
Yeah, it was a hell of a week. Like, outside of Comic-Con, we did some really crazy, like we did Colbert, you did Book of Mormon, and then Back to the Future. And we ended up at the diner that inspired Seinfeld somehow. Like, we just found a diner and ate. I had a Greek burrito, which is a thing. And we're walking out and this is where Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld came up with the idea for Seinfeld.
Yeah. Imagine. I mean, we had walked up and down the street a little bit trying to find a place called Westway Diner, and we're like, I mean, it's a diner. It's got everything on the menu. Let's go inside. And nothing special about it. And then literally on the way out, it's this. Not even 6x9. It was like just this tiny little thing. Have like the specific booth like decked out and shit, and it was so weird. Maybe like there's a licensing thing or something that they're not allowed to go bigger. There's a contract that says you can have a 4x7 plaque, but that's it, But yeah, that was a fun.
That is very fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys had a time, man.
Yeah, and then we got to Comic-Con.
And then Comic-Con itself was fun. Yeah. 4 days of Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So,
for anyone who doesn't know, Josh is an author. So we, every year at Comic-Con, he sells his books and I go to help sell them. And sales were pretty good this year. Pretty busy at our booth. We made friends with the vendors across the way who were giving away free stuff all weekend, which was fun. Because like 2 days into the con, I got
free stuff.
Yeah. 2 days into the con, I had a backpack full of stuff and I didn't pay for any of it. It was all giveaways, which was interesting. But yeah, we missed Charlie Cox at New York Comic Con because he was cosplaying as Bluey. Charlie Cox is the actor.
I was going to ask if you saw him.
I didn't. Josh, did you?
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't see him.
Okay.
I mean, there's over 200. I don't know what the value this year was, but this year they get up to like 220,000 people.
Yeah.
That go into this building. There's multiple levels, I'm surprised anytime I see one person at the intersection. So hundreds of people are walking by every couple of minutes.
Comic-Con, you buy a pizza peel that says I thought like people would just clear a path for you. It's fantastic.
Oh.
Because we have exhibitor passes, which means we can go on the show floor hours before the con starts, which is great because you can actually take full strides when you post take pictures. Marvel booth.
Oh yeah.
And we
And a high rev
Yeah.
vest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the last thing I want to talk about
Love it.
from Comic-Con before we move on is I wanted to show you guys your gifts. I got you each something at Comic-Con. So Ryan, yours is first.
Aww.
I got you some pieces of art.
Too.
I got you some
Yes.
postcards. I got
Okay.
one of Planet Express and Futurama.
Ah.
No, I got you a Mr. Potato Head shaped like Silent Bob.
I love it. Yes.
That's great.
I didn't know those existed.
Get this for Devin. He'd appreciate that. So
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Oh yes.
This lag is getting worse and worse.
Pop off and back on.
Yeah. Well, not without ending the feed. So I'm gonna pause the show for a second, and we'll be right back.